If you are tuning into Sex Trades with Jackelynne Ouvall Traydes, please make sure you are over 18. This content is not suitable for children or safe for work. If you have a child or someone under 18 in the room, this is your warning. Don't blame me if they hear this. Smooches. Hi everyone, welcome to Sex Trades with Jackelynne Ouvall Traydes. I'm Jackelynne, your most gracious and curvaceous host. Thank you so much for watching this show or listening or whatever the hell you're doing. It's going to be super fun. First, I wanted to address something that some, I guess, semi-ignorant people have brought up, which is my chest hair. I don't know if you all know that there are a million types of drag out there. There is spooky queens, as they call it, fashion queens, quote-unquote fishy queens, which some people have a problem with that word. There's so many different kinds of drag. There's artistic queens, anime queens, like all kinds of drag out there. Bearded queens, anything pretty much that you can think of. Fantasy queens. So me having my chest hair still while I'm in drag is just a choice. I don't hate the way it looks. I think it looks cool because drag is not just one thing. Drag isn't just about looking like a woman 100%. It's about so much more than that. Drag is a political statement because, you know, especially being in the LGBTQIA community in the first place, you're not 100% accepted as the way you are for the most part. And then doing drag on top of that adds another layer. So this is kind of like a gender fuck for people, and it kind of confuses them or whatever. I don't think it's confusing, but you know, it is what it is. So I love it, and I hope you guys will enjoy it as well. And if you don't, well, not much I can do, you know, close your eyes and don't look at it, I guess. Anyway, now that we have that out of the way, I wanted to talk about today's topic, which is eye contact during sex, which is any kind of sex, oral, penetrative, vaginal, anal, whatever fancies you. I personally think that eye contact is super important. It makes it so much more intense and gets you so much more horny and worked up. If you don't know, I'm a verse top, which means that I normally top, but sometimes I will bottom as well. That surprises a lot of people because a lot of people think that I'm just a bottom because I'm kind of feminine and flamboyant, I guess, in my normal life. But I'm just like, well, whatever, you do you and I'ma do me. You know, that's all it's about. But yes, so when I am having sex with someone, when I'm topping or, you know, giving it to them, I love to like look into their eyes. One of my favorite positions is, I guess, gay missionary, which means that they're on their back and sometimes their legs are up in the air, or usually I guess it's easier that way. Sometimes they're on my shoulders, and as I'm like giving it to them, I like love to like look into their eyes, and sometimes I'll even like make out with them while I'm doing it because that just grinds my gears so much in the best way possible. If I'm bottoming or taking in, I love riding guys. That's what my favorite position when I'm bottoming, and like staring into their eyes as I'm like going up and down. And sometimes I'll even bend down and kiss them, depending on the size of their cock. Some cocks aren't big enough for you to be able to do that, and the angle and all that. There's a bunch of sex can be really difficult. There are times when you can think that you're going to be great at sex with this person, and they're so hot and they're attracted to you. You're very attracted to them, but nothing's happening when you're making out, or you like start to make out and you get hard, because sometimes I'll just get hard if someone just touches me, and then as I'm doing stuff it just doesn't feel as good, and I'm like, bitch, I don't know, I'm good at sex and you say you're good at sex. It just sometimes does not work out with that person, because chemistry during sex is very important, if you didn't know, as I'm sure most of you know if you've had sex with even one person. Because as for me, I do not want to buy the car without driving it first, making sure that it works, making sure that I love it, make sure that it's comfortable, that my butt fits right on it properly, and that everything works perfectly in line with my body and the car. So I would say that it's better to have had sex with more than one person if you are going to be in a long-term relationship with someone, because I just feel like then you kind of know like different strokes for different folks, as they say, and you'll know like what you like from different people. And I don't know, I guess you could find someone that you try things with and it just works perfectly fine. I just find that to be super rare. I'm also a whore, so maybe don't listen to me about that, but who knows. Anyway, so make sure that you stare into the person's soul as you're sucking their dick, and doing that is the best, because you're like, and then it's like super sloppy. And by the way, that noise, if you were wondering what that was a noise that I like to do sometimes as a joke. I never do it in real life. If you guys have never seen the grapefruiting video on YouTube, you need to check that out. Or if you've seen, I think the movie's called Girls Trip with Tiffany Haddish, they do it in that as well. Grapefruiting, that is. You need to go and watch that video and you'll recognize that noise that I just made. Anyway, sucking someone's cock and staring into their eyes is the best feeling ever. I'm blind as a bat. I don't even know if my camera is positioned perfectly properly right now. If not, well, c'est la vie. But when I'm like having sex with someone or doing anything, I generally like to keep my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Some people don't love that. They take my glasses off, which is fine. I don't need to see, because I know where everything is and where everything goes and all that. But I love staring into someone's eyes as I'm like giving a blowjob to them, or doing whatever. So that I kind of miss out on sometimes. But hey, as long as you're having fun and both people are enjoying it, that's all that really matters. Or more than two people, however many people you're having sex with, as long as everyone in the sex party or whatever it is enjoying what is happening, that is the most important part, and everything is consensual and all that, because consent is super important. All right, that is it for today's topic, so let's move on to talk of shame. Today's listener question comes from Headdalettuce. How do you bounce back after queefing during anal sex? Oh, do you make a joke or pretend you didn't hear it? I think it kind of matters if you're bottoming or topping, if that happens. If you're bottoming and you queef, the top should just not care, because it's just like a natural thing that happens. It's air pressure and all that. And if you're bottoming, you also shouldn't be ashamed, because it's just whatever, who gives a shit. I think that like there's so many people that are like afraid of like little things like that, especially now when like hookup culture is such a big thing. Which you do you, boo, I'm not judging. But it's like, even if you are just seeing the person for the very first time, small things like that should not make a difference in enjoying the complete nature of what's happening. But hey, if you want to make a joke about it, or like be like, yeah, you like that, don't you? Yeah, make me fucking queef. Do that as well. I mean, whatever works for either of you. I think it also depends on like the moment and who you're with. If you know the person, then I feel like you can just make a joke about it or just ignore it and whatever. Sometimes like when you're in the moment though, you don't even notice anything that happens other than like the actual act of sex. So yeah, I just don't give a shit about anything like that. And if the person like makes fun of you and not like a joking way, then fuck them. Just give them a slap and a come on their face and walk away. Don't even help them clean it up, which I think is a super rude thing to do. But if they are being assholes about the whole situation, then you can be rude to them. Anyway, that's it for today's show. Thank you so much for watching. Please continue watching Sex Trades with me, your gracious and curvaceous host, Jackelynne Ouvall Traydes. I love each and every one of you. Smooches. Mwah. Jackelynne's views, opinions, and advice are all hers, and for lighthearted fun. Please do not take anything she says too seriously. They also do not reflect the opinions and views of MNP. Thank you.